Hello, Capricorn, and welcome to Indigo Rising Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you're having a great day. This will be your weekly reading for the week of July 26th through August 1st. And during that time, we first have a waxing gibbous moon, and that is a time for us. We're working on those things that we started with the new moon, but we're showing that we can be flexible and make adjustments where they need made. We then have the full moon that comes in on the 30th. That can be a time of heightened emotions. You might be prone to feeling anxious and irritable. You might even have changes in your sleeping patterns, but it's a good time for us to release any resentments or fears that we're having, and also to practice patience and calm. We then have the waning gibbous energy for the rest of the week, and that's a really good time of self-reflection, time for us to make positive changes and see where we can have the potential to grow, get rid of some bad habits, and just buckle down and work on things. So please keep those moon energies in mind as we move through the week. This will be an intuitive general reading for energies that you may or may not encounter, Capricorn. So, as always, please take what resonates and leave what doesn't here on the table for someone else. And your overall message, and it feels like two cards are trying to come. I could not get one card to save it. Okay. Emotions are running high as the first card. And the second card is communication is key. Okay, so both of those cards wanted to come out. So we will, go ahead and take them. Emotions are running high, Capricorn, and communication is key. Let's see what you guys have going on. Sounds like a bit. As I'm shuffling the tarot, my fun weekly reminder for you is that you try to get yourself out into nature. So get out, take a walk. If emotions are running high and communications, you might need to just try to find the words that you're trying to communicate something. So communing with nature sometimes is a good way to just clear your head, get out, to think clear thoughts, especially if emotions are running very high right now. You can kind of dispel that, take your shoes off, ground a little bit. That's a really good way to kind of calm your emotions. So get out in nature a little bit this week, Capricorn. Take a hike if you can, get in some water. Again, get your shoes off, get grounded a little bit, touch grass, as they say these days. So it really does work. Anyway, let's get on with this reading. We've got Capricorn, July 26th through August 1st. Emotions are running high and communication is key. Present energy right now, 9 of Wands. So something that you're looking back. This is our Wounded Warrior card. So we're looking back and evaluating something over time. Of course, this is kind of that the energy that we would have with the waning gibbous, that we're kind of self-reflecting. What was working for me in the past, what wasn't working, what do I want to bring in the future with me, what would I like to leave behind. So doing a little of that kind of evaluation this week. Your current situation is the 9 of Pentacles, so you're definitely enjoying the fruits of your labor as you do this. So we've also got 2 9s on the table, so look up angel number 99 and see if that has any bearing on your week at all. At the root of your situation is the 8 of Swords, so looks like something that you are going to have to think your way out of. Once again, emotions are running high, communication is key, but you're feeling a little bit stuck somewhere. But just know that you don't have to remain stuck forever, and you can think your way out of anything. So calm down. Again, take your walk in nature, and just remember that you can think your way out. In your recent past here is the Knight of Cups, who is coming in, means that you come into this entire week being open-hearted, being kind of ready for anything. We're looking back, you're enjoying the fruits of your labor, but you're also feeling stuck somewhere, and you can feel all of those things at once. Emotions and you're having feelings. It's we can go from one to the other and switch gears very quickly. I mean, how often do all of us do that, where if you're saying you're having a great week, yeah, you might have a great week, but you might have moments that you've got, oh, I'm feeling stuck right now because this is going on, and you think your way out of it and you move on, right? But I feel like this is a lot of different feelings wrapped up in your week already. And again, it could be because, emotions are running high over some situation. What is on your mind this week is the 10 of Cups, which is about your ultimate happiness. So whatever you're dealing with here, it does affect you and your family and people around you, and your happiness. So you're going to have to buckle down and again communicate. It's something that's going on that you're probably going to have to talk about, which is fine. Let's see. Moving ahead here, what's ahead of you this week is the Four of Wands. So, this is typically our card of weddings, but it is just about celebrations and it is stability. It's a four, right? Um, so that's something that's ahead of you. And it could be, is there maybe just a little, there's been a lot of weddings. We went through June. I feel like I've pulled this card in almost every reading in June, many in July, and now here we are getting into August too. So I know summer's a very popular time for weddings. Is there something going on that's about a wedding that's making you feel a little stuck, uncomfortable, like you're feeling a lot of different mixed emotions? Yeah, you're enjoying yourself, you're a little stuck. You're also kind of looking back on the past. So there's a lot of things going on and a lot of things wrapped up with what's going on with this wedding or this party, this get together. This could be it is our card about weddings, but it could be like a family reunion or somebody's birthday or something where you're just, there's a mixed bag of emotions because there's a lot of things going on, and it just could be some history there or just some things, some emotional things that are happening. Your advice is to go in with an open heart. You came into this week with this Knight of Cups, with this open heart. Just pour love on it. Whatever the situation is, pour love on it. That it definitely, anytime there's fire like this, you've got these feelings with wands, you can put that out really with love. The emotion, the watery emotion of love won't let passion and fire get too far, when it's that kind of fire. So just pour love on it. Love whoever it is. Love yourself. Okay, what is beyond your control this week is the Knight of Wands. So we've got the Knight of Cups with these emotions and the Knight of Wands with that fire coming in. Again, just pour love on it. It's beyond your control that things might get a little fiery, a little like a little passionate. And again, just if someone comes at you that kind of passion, just open your arms, give them a hug. Love you, man. Love you. Pour love on it. That's your advice. What is your secret desire? What are you trying to avoid? Is the Four of Cups. So trying to avoid feeling disappointment, I hope. I doubt if that's your secret desire, and not being real happy with what the universe is offering you. Again, this is another card that I've seen a lot of for some reason. And if you are trying to get somewhere or manifest something and the universe is offering you something that's not really the thing you were asking for, don't be don't be too quick to just say no. This might be a step in that direction, right? So sometimes it's not the thing you really wanted, but go ahead and say yes to it because it might get you closer to the thing that you actually want. I hope that makes sense. I feel compelled to say that quite a bit this card this week. So all right, also we have 2 4s. So now I want you to look up angel number 99 and 44. See if that has any bearing on your week. In your outcome position here, Capricorn, King of Cups. So, even though emotions are running high, and communication is key, I feel like you walk out of this being very in control of your emotions and being very, you understand your emotions and you can manage yours and also understand the emotions around you. Again, is it surrounding something with your family and maybe a party? I get, like I said, not even maybe a wedding, but it could just be any sort of celebration where there's people, mixed bag of people, and you have to talk things out to the people around you. So make sure you're communicating, pouring love on it, and just keeping a calm, mindful eye on those high emotions. What is hidden from you here is the 10 of Pentacles, which is about long-term wealth and security. And we're not thinking about that. I feel like you're kind of managing the moment right now. We're not thinking about this long term, but that also puts another 10 on our table. So look up angel number 10, 10, 9, 9, and 44. A lot of repeaters going on here for you. So very interesting reading here, Capricorn. All the readings, the second half of the readings this week have been kind of interesting emotionally, and I sometimes I would like to put all the readings together because it's almost like I can see the different cards and where they're showing up different. Like I'm seeing a lot of the same cards and they show up differently in different readings, which tells me a lot about how different humans interact with each other. But let's maintain your emotional balance and just take a big breath. And again, emotions are high, but I feel like you're going to deal with them well and you are going to communicate well as well. All right, let's get you a final message here from the Soul Oracle deck. Final message this week for Capricorn. And the card that you get is to accept what is dying. Accept what is dying. Accept what is over. Again, we're pouring love on it, right? Just pour some love on it. Big old cup of love. See what you can do about there. All right, let's get you a self-care wisdom card to see what you need to do in the way of self-care this week. Self-care this week for Capricorn as they get a little stuck, make some decisions. Yeah. All right. The card that you get is the card called Love. Well, of course it is. Love people. Love them with all your heart. Just be sure to love yourself first. I think I said that in your reading. Love yourself. Love the people around you. You know, and the King of Cups, here's the good thing about the King of Cups, is not only is the King of Cups in charge of their own emotions, but also they have the ability, this, you know, just an uncanny, almost magical ability to understand everyone else around them, all of their constituents, how they're reacting emotionally, and not only that, but why, and have that really good, deep understanding. So make sure you're embodying that King of Cups thing through this whole thing this week, Capricorn, whatever it might be for you. So Capricorn, thank you so much for being here. I do hope there's something in this reading that you can take away and use in a positive way in your life this week. If you're comfortable sharing, of course, drop me a comment down below. Let me know if anything here resonated, or if you have questions, I'd be happy to answer those for you. Also, if you like my reading style, hitting like and subscribe is really helpful. So thank you so much. If you're already subscribed, just hit that like button. And if you haven't subscribed, I hope you do this week. It'll help you find me next week, where you can come back and see what happens then. So let's see where your story goes together, Capricorn. Thanks so much for being here. Good luck with this. See you next time. Bye-bye.